you guys are working with the pen tool in Photoshop for these files. So in Canvas, you guys have a PSD file which will automatically open in Photoshop just by clicking the downloaded file, whereas these two need to be open, so you'd go File, Open in Photoshop. So when I'm in Photoshop, I have those three, and they're here. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to need my layers and my paths. And if you can't find those, you can always go up to Window and get what you need from your panels that are usually here. Layers and paths live together, so when I reset my essentials here, you'll see that they're right there. I'm just going to pull these guys out. So let's see, you guys can't see my toolbar. There we go. So we're working with the pen tool, P for pen tool, shortcut. If I click and hold here, you'll see that there's a number of other tools that live within it. We are going to use, well, you might use the plus or the minus pen tool, and we're also going to be using the convert pen tool, so I'll let you know when that happens. So P for pen tool, plus sign to add an anchor point, minus sign to delete an anchor point, and then Alt Option to convert it. So that's one we'll be using as well. So in my layers panel, I'm making a new layer for each of these. What you guys are going to do is make paths for these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then these enclosed shapes, you're going to be making shapes. So what I mean by that, when I hit P for pen tool, you'll see that here is my pen tool. And right now I'm in shape. So for these ones that are just lines, we're going to be working with paths. And then the ones that are enclosed, we're going to be making it a shape. All right, so switch to path to start. And we have our new layer. And those first two are going to be simple. So P, I'm going to click, just clicking, no Bezier handle or anything. And if I want to click off, start a new shape, see how that's extended? I'm going to just Command Z that. I'm going to hit Command click and click off, and now that is its own path. All right, so if I need to, I can adjust things. I can start a new shape here without it being connected. So we want to actually give this path a design. If I click off of it, it's going to disappear. And you can see my path is now popped up here. So we're going to do that with the brush tool. There is that little video that's connected that goes over this a little bit as well. So I'm just going to connect a basic, or select a basic brush and select a color. And then I'm going to grab my paths panel. And this is the path I'm talking about. And then down here, you'll see when I roll over there, it says stroke brush, stroke path with brush. So when I do that, it just takes that brush, the settings and everything, and makes it what it is. Okay, so let's do one more, one that's a little bit more complex. We'll do these two together, and then we'll do a couple shapes. So we'll make a new layer again, just to get in the habit. P for pen tool. So now we're going to be introducing some Bezier handles, and I'm talking about these right here. These aren't part of the design, but they help make curves. These 2 points, anchor points, it would be straight, just like here to here. But if I make a handle, like here, they influence how the line will react. So what I mean by that, click and hold down. Click and go up, and you can see the direction I went going down actually influenced the way this went. So I need to go up first. I'm going to Command Z, Alt Command Z to go back again. Click and go up, and now you can see that that line is correct. And then, okay. And again, back to brush. Pick something else. If you don't like what you see here, you can always go up to this little gear settings. There's a bunch of brush folders. Choose something else. Change the size. It's a little big. And then find that path. Now I'm going to change the color. Go up here, change the color, and then just hit this one more time. It's like I don't have access to that. And I want to show you something. I missed something there. So I'm Alt Command Z. So when I start at a point, these are just simple. When I go and I end where I started, that circle in the bottom right, the pen tool pops up, which means you're about to enclose your shape. And now I can go up here and say what color I wanted. Usually you should be able to pick a none fill beforehand, and that would be helpful so that when you're designing or drawing, it doesn't get in the way of what you're looking at below it, like what layers below it, like this layer is below right now. Okay, so there's that shape. When I go to my move tool, I now have the ability to move this guy around. I can always put its own layer styles on it. Could do filter effects if I wanted to. Could make a mask out of this now. Okay, let's do one more path together. So back to P for pen tool and changing this to path. So I want to talk to you about converting the points as well, because that would be helpful. So we'll do the heart to wrap this up. So this is pretty simple here. So something that can be helpful, Command Z and go back one more time and do that with you, is if I want my handles, which go up and down, to be perfectly straight like they are, I'm just holding down Shift. And you can see that now my line I'm making goes right over that line, just completely covers it up. All right, and Command click to get off of that. Go over to my paths, find that path, there it is. B for brush. That's what we want. Okay, so you guys are making different paths, just with different brushes for each of these, and then different shapes for each of these. Okay, and nothing too fancy, just making colors. Let's do the heart together though. Command minus makes it smaller. So I'm going to start here. Command click. Make that nice handle. All right, similar to what we've been doing so far. Now, if I go from this point to this point, you're going to see this is not going to go right, no matter if I go up or down first. All right, it's not going to be what I want. So that's when this tool, Convert Point tool, is helpful, but you don't have to grab it every time. You can just hit Pen tool and hold Alt Option and click. All right, so again, all I did, Alt Option and click. So now just this part of the handle is talking with this point. And now I can line that up. And we can see if does it need to be done again. Yep. So Alt Option and click. And you can see I'm about to end my shape. Before I let go, I click and I drag to get that Bezier handle. All right. Now I made this a path where you guys should have made it a shape. So it should have been a shape beforehand. For the duck exercise, you're going to see that it comes with little handles as a guide, where to go, what to do. And my hint for you guys is when you see just one handle, like here and here, that's when you need to grab the Convert tool or use the Alt Option. So I'll do a quick example of that. I'm going to start here and drag. And this is why I said to start with the none fill so it doesn't get in your way. Drag. Now, you can see that that doesn't work. So I need to hit Alt Option and just drag down that one handle. All right. So when I go all the way around here, because there's one more spot that's a little tricky. You can see that right there. you need to hit Alt Option, and then here's that spot. So right here, I'm going to drag up, but you can see that this handle, oh, I missed it. Right here, that handle needs to be shorter. So I'm going to go to this tool, which works well with the pen tool, the path selection tool. This selects the whole path, the black arrow, and this selects the points, the white arrow. So I'm going to take this point and move it up. And you can see now that that fills. Okay? So if I were to complete this all the way with the pen tool, then I could choose a fill and a stroke. All right? So that's what you guys will do. And you can see in the example I have done, I have a fill and I have a stroke. And I just went ahead and I did some layer styles on there. So what I have done, just double click, is I have put a pattern overlay, went down and chose some different patterns. So if you don't like what you see here, again, choose from one of the folders. And then I had put a color overlay as well with a blend mode. Choose one that you like. All right, so that's an option, throwing some different layer styles. And then you have the pair, and this is going to be without the guide, so keeping in mind when you're drawing, you're gonna have 2 layers, 1, 2 shapes here at least. Now I'm not gonna do the whole thing with you, but if you need to adjust anything, my one tip here is to switch over to A and adjust the points or the handles. Okay? And you can always go right back to the pen tool and keep drawing. It doesn't deactivate. All right, so good luck with that. And just know that the key here is to make layers for each thing you do, and expect to get frustrated and make a few mistakes, but you can always delete your layers or hit Command Z, Alt Command Z to go farther than one step.